right. So I put the link for the deck in the chat. I use Google Slides. It's not a PowerPoint, so that way I can change it, modify it on the fly, and I only have one document going. So,
I try to open it and there's something wrong with the file.
something really.
You give an error message.
It was an error.
All right, so hang tight 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that before I share. Anyone on this link can view. Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, give me a second. Let me fix that.
In the meantime, great to have everyone here. Next week, by the way, Linda Trignano is coming back. Hopefully this time there will not be any issues with power outages and things. So I'm hoping everyone can make that. How's it going, Lynn?
I got some issues here. So
I'm on mute.
I don't know what to do to fix it right now quickly.
So if you want to go through the presentation then without that?
Yeah, so
Why don't you just share your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just share my screen and I will put once I fix the link after the presentation, I'll put it in the comments of the meetup. Fair deal? Because I want you to have all these links. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Great.
All right, here we go. All right. Are you seeing the deck now? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I will fix this link. I don't know what happened to it, but anyway. So I want to talk about banners on LinkedIn. Do you have a branded banner? So here is an insurance person who's got the Geico logo going on, but he has his specific address and his specific phone number on here to differentiate himself, to draw business to him. But it's a logo that we're all familiar with. And then I don't know if you guys know Bryn Tillman. She's one of my heroes. I love her. So she's got a banner that's just got one little logo on it called Social Sales Link. Now, this gentleman that's at the top, he was in my workshop on Monday, yesterday, for beating the applicant tracking system. And with the link that was in that deck, he took this and he created this word cloud within less than 24 hours. And he wanted to share it with me because he was very excited about it. Now, using the wordart.com platform, the other gentleman who's one of my chapter leaders for Plymouth Meeting, he used wordart.com and he created a word art with two hands, with fingers and the words in between. So you can create different images within images. I'll show you how to do all this, but I'm just giving you a big overview, big picture right now. Now, if you are a consultant, if you have a small business, you might want to set up a company page. And for a company page, you need to create different logos and images, and the pixels are 300 by 300 for one of the logos, and the cover photo needs to be 1192 by 220 with a minimum of 1128 by 191. If you don't know what that is, you will by the end of this presentation. Now, if you need to make a graphic for an article that you're going to write on LinkedIn or a blog, then I'm going to show you how to do that. So when I give you the link to this deck, if you actually click on these, it will take you right to these articles. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about being on Google Docs and Google Slides. All right. Then, if you need a graphic for a post, you know, whether it's a rectangle or a square, I wanted to run a poll, but I wanted to put a little tip in here about volunteering. Again, if you click on any of these images, it will actually take you to the particular post that I did, or another place. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live demo of Canva. I am not going to do a live demo of Over or Snappa, but I gave you the links to those platforms in case you would like to explore them. But I will do a live demo for the word art. And then there's all these tips for graphics, and then lots of images that you can get from all these different sites. So these are all linked right directly to the sites. Now, courtesy of Andy Foote, who does LinkedIn Insights, I don't believe in recreating the mousetrap. He's built a terrific mousetrap with this article that he wrote, and he keeps it up to date. So here are a whole bunch of maximums for LinkedIn, and some of them happen to be the image pixel size. So this is just for reference, okay? Nothing else much here. All right, and then my upcoming schedule, if you want to participate in that, this is what I've got scheduled between now and November. So tomorrow I'm doing how to develop successful job search strategies for PSG Morris County. And then here's Lisa Bass from Northern New Jersey. She's presenting for us next Tuesday. So it's a funny thing. I spoke at the ATD in Northern New Jersey in June. Shortly thereafter, Lisa came to our organization, the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. She became a bronze member. Then she upgraded to a Bang membership, and now she's presenting for us. So it's just crazy how all that happens. You meet great people in this world of online and LinkedIn. All right, and then if you come to the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group, we do have a small membership fee to support the nonprofit. So you can read about that here. And then here's my contact information and some more links. So that's kind of it for the deck. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the deck a different way. Let me just put the Google. Okay, see if that link works. Tell me if that works. Anybody?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, I got it.
I got in, Lynn.
It works, Lynn.
Excellent. Okay, I'll fix the short link. It'll be on the front page once I get a chance to fix it. But I have a meeting at 2, so I will try and multitask, or I'll get it done afterwards. But at least you've got this link for now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take you to the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group website. Here's our blog. I've been updating the blog weekly for over a year, and we're now having guest bloggers. So if you want to write something that is career related, you would send it to me. But what I want to show you is a blog on word clouds. So you can just put the keyword in here in the search engine. And here is how to make a word cloud for LinkedIn. So if you click on read more, you're going to find the article that I wrote. And there's a whole bunch of other word cloud generators. And then here's the step-by-step directions. I think we had some issues with the number 1, 2, 3. So I got to go back in and fix that and put some bullet points in. I don't know what happened, but website issue. So I want to show you how to do this live. All right. So lucky person today. Let's see. Mark Schmidt is a broadcast professional and podcaster. Okay, so I'm going to take Mark as an example here. So I'm going to go to wordart.com. And I can, Kenneth, is there any questions so far?
Not that I can see, no.
Okay, great. All right, so on wordart.com, what you can do is you can create an account by your email, by your Facebook. I forget a couple other things. When you'll see how to log in. You can see I'm already logged in, and it's a free account unless you want to get high definition images. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click create now. And again, step-by-step instructions, everything I'm showing you is in that article, but a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So it's really good to see and have the visual here. So I'm going to click create. And I'm looking at Mark's introduction here. So I'm not going to import anything because I'm not importing words. But if I was looking at a job description to pull out keywords, so I could try to do the matchy-matchy between my custom resume and the job description, I would use import. And I'm going to show you how to do that tomorrow, but that's not today's lesson. Right here, you see the word word. So I'm going to type broadcast, and then I'm going to type podcast. And Mark, I need you to unmute yourself and talk to me a minute.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, so give me 4 other words that describe you.
Oh gosh, putting me on the spot.
Media,
Oh man, television. Speaker.
what is it?
Speaker.
Speaker.
What's a
Like-
beaker?
Like
Speaker.
I'm speaking.
Oh, speaker.
Yeah.
I thought you said beaker. I'm like, this chemistry class. Okay.
You never know. I'm kind of all over the place as is. But
And what, do you have a specific topic that you podcast about?
entrepreneurship
Okay, good.
and career transition is 2 words. What would be like
Okay.
one?
Okay. So I've got 6 words here.
Okay.
All right. I want to pull up Mark's profile. I don't think we're connected. Are we, Mark? I don't think. I'm meeting you for the first time.
Certainly can be.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. There you are. Nope, we're not connected yet.
That's crazy. Let's connect.
Okay. So I'm looking at what Mark is wearing. Tell me what color that shirt is.
That's a good question. Oh, looks gray from here. It's kind of like white and blue
Okay.
shirt.
If we wanted to do your banner, like what colors would you choose? Do you have like a logo for your podcast or?
I have, like, I'm still kind of developing a little bit. What you see there is like the cover art for the podcast. I tried resizing it. I haven't had time. But that's
All right.
something I'm thinking about doing.
All
But
right. Well,
that would be a good color, I think.
so blues and beiges and maybe this is brown, blue, beige, brown.
Not brown. I think it's like I don't think it's a shirt I wear anymore. For one thing, I gotta think my picture.
Oh yeah, it is gray. I see it is gray. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll go with it.
we'll figure something out that's going to work here. Now I'm going to go back to word art. Which of the 3 words are the top words for you out of this list of 6?
If I want to focus on the podcast end of my life, I would just say podcast, entrepreneurship, and maybe career transition, which is
Okay.
4 words, but
Okay. So, but podcast is the main thing.
that in my mind is the main thing. Yes.
Okay. But are you looking for a job or you're just an entrepreneur?
Well, I have a day job, but I also have this podcast that I'm trying to build up. So if we want to use just my day job, and if that's a better example, we can go with that.
Okay. What's the day job?
Day job is broadcast, so
With Sirius?
that's the job.
All right.
Maybe like broadcast technician.
Okay, broadcast technician. All right. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it's always good to go with the one that pays the bills.
Fair
Unless
enough.
the podcast pays the bills. So
No, it doesn't pay any bills. So
there you go. It's for fun, a hobby. Okay, I've got those too. So if we're going to do broadcast technician, we want that, big and bold. I'm going to choose maybe 15 for that. And then Sirius is radio though, right?
yeah, it's radio.
Okay, so let's put radio in here. But do you balance between radio and television?
I worked in television for many years, and now I'm doing this, so I'm just contracting around my area. So we can run with this. I'll
All right.
follow.
Let's go radio 9. Let's go television 7. And then speaker, we're just going to put a 3. Entrepreneurship, let's make that an 8. Podcast, let's make that a 12. Career transition, let's make that a 6. Okay, this is just random. I'm pulling numbers out of the hat. But what this is going to do is it's going to give different weights to these words. So now I'm going to click on shapes. Well, in this case, I just want geometric. And if you're looking at this square, if you were to just click on the square, you wouldn't realize what's going to happen here when you hover over the square. Look at this.
Lynn?
Look at the bottom right. Yeah.
Alexandra had a question. What do the sizes symbolize? Is that just like how big the text is going to be, or?
You'll see.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. you'll see the end result. We're going to get a visual for this. Uh-oh. Hold on. My internet just, hope it's okay. Hold on. Yep, I'm still on. Okay. So when I click on this square, you see this little settings wheel down at the bottom right-hand corner. If you click on that, you're going to see this square. Well, I can change the background. I don't think we have a blue that's quite like what he had that was that bright, but I mean, I'd have to play with this a lot to get that blue exactly right. Do you know what the hex color is for your blue?
I do not.
Okay, so if you knew what the hex color was for your blue, if you're trying to brand yourself with a certain color for each thing that you do, all right, we're just going to choose that one just for now. That's going to be the background. So I'm going to click apply. And then you see this thing called aspect ratio. If I am going to slide this, is it starting to look like a LinkedIn banner? How about that?
That's awesome.
All right. So see 4.02. So I think this is 4:1. That's approximately a LinkedIn banner size. So if I click on OK, now I'm going to choose a font. So let's choose traveling typewriter. Let's click on a layout and let's pick random. And then let's click on style. Now this is the tricky part. You would not know how to do this unless you've seen it being done. So I'm going to click on the word custom. And if I don't want these colors, then I have to click on one of the colors and then it'll pull up this palette. So we talked about a beige color. So let me see if I can get a beige color that looks like the background of his picture. I'm going to add that to palette. And then I'm going to get rid of this and this. I don't think that blue will go. Then let's pick a black. And let's just see what that looks like, just for giggles. All right. So if I click visualize, for some reason or another, I don't think it didn't take the blue. Okay. So down here, this rollover text color, this, oh, background image. No, there we go. There's the blue. All right. So maybe I don't want the blue to be in the background. I think I'm going to make it transparent. Nope. Never mind. That doesn't look good. Let me go back and see if I can add blue to this custom palette. And I have to click on and roll over the white bar over to the blues. And add to palette. And now I'm going to click close. All right. So I'm not sure that I like that layout. Let me just choose horizontal. Now I'm going to click visualize. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Lynn, a couple of questions in the meantime, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to go through a few at one time. One is, how do you boldface a word? Another question is, would you brand a different color for each skill set? And The other thing is just to confirm the size of a LinkedIn banner. So I just wanted to throw those out along the way because I think it might
Okay.
be helpful.
LinkedIn banners approximately a 4x1. So to show you exactly precisely, let me go to my LinkedIn banner. And see this little pen at the top right? You're going to click on that. And you can see how this is not exactly precisely the right size. You don't have to be a graphic artist to create an image for your banner. But if I, okay, they used to have the size, the pop-up. When you clicked on that, it was like 584, 594 by something. So, or 1584 by something. That's in that slide deck that I gave you on Andy's list of the exact sizes. So just refer to that, or just approximate 4x1. Now, as far as bolding, no, there's no bold or non-bold. You just choose the font that you want to use. There was one more question. Can you tell me that again?
I'm gonna look. Would you brand a different color for each key cell?
Oh, brand, okay. Remind me of that in a second. Let me get
Okay.
through this part because I want to save it and I want to show you how I resave it. So you see how this says WordArt 298? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this Mark Banner 1. And then I'm going to click Save. So now it's going to save as Mark Banner 1. Now, if I click on this word download, I can get a standard PNG for free. If I want a high definition, a better quality PNG, then this is where they make their money and this is where you pay for it. I have never actually paid anything for WordArt. So my images may not be crisp and clear, but I love the concept of free because I deal with job seekers. I know, every penny counts. So wherever you can get free, free is good, right? All right. So now let's say I want to just check this out a little bit more. And I've got Mark Banner 1 saved. If I click visual again, it's going to change it up. I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to keep hitting visual. Okay, let's say I like that. Now I want to save this as Mark Banner 2 because I'm deciding whether Mark Banner 1 or Mark Banner 2 is going to work better for me. So I just changed the 1 to a 2. And now I'm going to click save again and pay attention to the screen. What happens? Save. Do I want to rename? Do I want to rename the existing 2 to a 1? Or do I want to save it as a new? Well, in this case, I want to save it as new because I want to be able to go back to my WordArt and I can compare Mark Banner 1. All right. And then I can go back and compare it to Mark Banner 2. And I happen to like Mark Banner 2 better, but I didn't want to lose 1 just in case. Now, the reason you don't want to lose it is because it's all random. There's no way you can control anything. If you like something, you save it. You save it right then and there, okay? You don't say, oh, well, let me just keep hitting visualize and visualize and visualize and visualize. Sometimes you could take 40 minutes to get the right exact combination. And you know how I did the random versus the horizontal? So you might want to change and incorporate another color or change the font. You can go back in and do all of that. But if you find something that you kind of like, make sure that you save it and save it as new. So Any questions about this before I move on to a new platform?
Lynn, how do you bold the word?
You don't. You don't bold the words. You just choose the fonts from here and it'll be what it'll be. So now I want to show you, somebody asked me about colors. I got to think of the guy's name. Let me put in motorsports, and I want people, and I want first level connection. Here we go. Hopefully he has his banner up still. Yep. Okay, so this is Patrick. He's a veteran, and he was in my 6-week Veterans Career Success Group a couple years ago. And this is the banner that he chose to make, and he put each word in the colors that he wanted. So you can go into WordArt and you can control under style, you can control these colors. So if you have a specific brand, if you are a business person or a consultant and have a logo, then you can probably control those colors. I hope that answers that question. Anything else before I close WordArt?
Lynn, I have a question for you. My name
Sure.
is Chip Hartman. Do you have to allow for the, when you go to the LinkedIn profile page, the photo of the individual in the circle sort of impinges on the lower left part of the banner?
Correct.
Is your recommendation just to allow that to happen and sacrifice the, you're losing a few letters or characters, but big deal. Is that your recommendation?
Yes, so that's why you have to keep hitting visualize, 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 visualize. So if you don't want to miss this word entrepreneurship, you want to see that full, you're
Right.
just going to have to keep hitting visualize until you get it to the way that you want it. See,
Okay.
that's just all too blue, right? Everything's random. That's why it can take some time to get the sweet spot that pleases your eye with the colors, with the words, etc.
Okay.
So Lynn,
yeah.
can you do this with a logo as part of it? Can you import a logo as to part of the diagram?
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. When I click download, let me go back to, let me get out of this, leave. Okay, so let me go back to banner 1 or banner 2. And now I'm going to download it. I'm going to do a standard PNG. So now here is my PNG. Do you see this big thing or no?
Which big thing?
Yeah, you don't see it. Okay, hold on. that's what, okay, this big thing.
Yes.
All right. All right. So if I were to take this PNG and I were to save it and import it into the next platform that I'm going to show you, which is Canva, then we could get to this point. I got to go back and stop share, reshare, so I get the right screen here. Here we go. Okay, so if this Geico was the one that I just created for Mark, I could then use Canva and put a little rectangle on top, put another little rectangle on top, and make a text box. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you can put a brand or a logo on top of something that you create in WordArt. So he used to have a WordArt logo, and then he switched companies a couple times. All right, getting out of WordArt, moving on so we don't run out of time here.
Just to
Now
let
I'm
everyone,
going to,
just to let everyone know, I'm taping this also. I'm recording this for later on.
oh, okay, great. Will you share that with me?
Absolutely.
All righty. So now I'm going to show you several things here, and I'm going to use Canva, but I have to switch to my other Google Drive. Give me a second.
Excuse me, Lynn, can I just
Sure.
interrupt for a second? This is Carolyn. Hi, this is my first call with you guys. I'm just new to the search and I have to drop off. I have a dentist appointment, but will you send us the material, or will be on LinkedIn, or should I connect with you to get information?
Does somebody want to copy and paste the link for the Google slide deck?
Well, I'm going to be saving the chat when this is over, so that'll be part of it.
Also, Ken,
Okay.
you're recording it, right?
I'm recording it too, yes.
All right. Okay.
So it'll be in the chat, the link,
Yes.
even though after the call's over?
And yeah, if there's any question, just reach out to me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
It's been great.
All right. So this is canva.com. And Canva is also a free platform, but you can make some purchases on it if you so need to. So for example, I needed to purchase this tiger and the stripes and the hands. Some things are free and some things are not free. So it depends on what you want to do. But I feel like if I purchase an image that a graphic designer has made, then I have contributed to their entrepreneurship and their livelihood, so to speak. And I know I'm not violating copyright laws. So if I'm making something in Canva, the beautiful thing with Canva is that we have free access for 10 people with the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group, because we are a 501c3 charitable nonprofit. So just like all the Google stuff, we get everything Google for nonprofits for free. So we can share things as a team, or we can create things. So I want to start with something that exists, and then I'm going to start and create something from scratch. So this is getting ready for what could be an Instagram post. And it is 1080 by 1080. And there's a gentleman by the name of Kellen Fluckinger, who is from Phoenix, Arizona, and he is speaking for us on September 2nd. And you're going to say, oh, what is this little circle with the cloud and the sky and the grass? So what that is, I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I got to spell it right, though. And now I'm going to look up his name. He's an author of many books. So we were on a national summit some time ago, and he reached out to me and we had a great conversation, and so I hooked him up to speak. So his picture on LinkedIn, you're not gonna see all this, so I'm gonna explain to you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it with my left mouse and I'm gonna drag and drop it to my desktop. And then I'm gonna come back to this post, and I'm going to then drag and drop it onto the image, it's not going to actually pop in there. It's going to just pop right in the middle of the image. But when I click it here, all of a sudden it goes in and it's now framed in a circle. Now, if I want to save this, I just click download, and I have a naming convention. So this is 090220S. S means it's a square. That's what my naming convention is. So now I'm going to click download, and it's going to wind up down in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen. Now, if I want to take this, I'm going to go back to home, and I'm going to click on all my designs. And then if I were to hover over the top right, there's these 3 little dots. If I were to click on this and I want to say make a copy, so it's going to make a copy. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the words copy of, and I'm going to change the S to MU so that it's a size that's appropriate for Meetup. Now, when I click on this little button that says resize, it's asking me, do you want this 1080 by 1080 for Instagram? No, I do not. I want 1200 by 675. That's what Meetup wants. So I'm going to click on that, and then I don't need to copy and resize. I just need to resize. You could see that there's a picture here with a filter on top. So I've got to take my filter and I got to drag it across. And now I've got to tweak things just a little bit. So now I'm setting it up as a rectangle. And I might make his picture a little bit bigger and his name a little bit bigger. You see how many books this guy has written. Like, I am just totally stoked that he's coming to speak for us. All right. So if I wanted things centered, you see how it pops up the lines. So I don't want things centered here per se. Maybe this one. See the purple line in the middle going up and down? So now I can download this and click on download, and it's going to wind up in the bottom left hand of my screen. And so now I have the Meetup image, and now I have the square image that I use both on LinkedIn as well as on Instagram. So now I got to do one other step. I'm going to go back home. And we also do some marketing on Eventbrite. And Eventbrite wants a total different size. So if I click on the 3 little dots, make a copy, and it's generating.
Lynn, just so you know, I think his last name is spelled incorrectly.
Oh, is it?
You post it. There's no N.
Oh,
Just in
thank
case
you.
Post it. Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, still generating. So now I'm going to rename it here. Instead of MU for Meetup, I'm going to do EB for Eventbrite. And now I'm going to pull it up again. And there's no, it's K-I-G-E-R.
Yes, F-L-U-C-K-I-G-E-R.
All right, thank you very much.
Mhm.
I don't know why I'm having. I should be able to click in this, no problem. And it's not cooperating with me right now. All right. Now on Eventbrite, I want to pull things down a little bit from the bottom and the top because I have a volunteer that posts all our Eventbrite stuff, and I don't want him to do a reject and say, Lynn, you got to do this again. So I don't want the logos up too close to the top. Let me just try and type it again. K-I-G-E-R. Is that it? All right. So now I can download this, and I then have my third size. It's just really easy to resize. So we've got 10 minutes left. So I showed you how to resize an image. Now I want to show you how to create an image from scratch. So I'm going to get out of this, and I'm going to go back to here. So up in the top right, it says create a design. So I'm going to click on custom dimensions. In this case, the dimensions that I want, you could put your LinkedIn banner dimensions in here, or the LinkedIn article dimensions, or whatever you want. But in my case, I want to do 900 by 600, because this is going to be for a blog article for one of our guest authors. So here I create a new design. It is 900 by 600. Now, I can either choose an image that exists, or I could create from scratch. So his article title is 3 Unconventional Ways to Supercharge Your Professional Networking. So let's just see what comes up with networking. Okay, nothing there. Let's see, let me go to photos. Networking. Ah, okay. So some of them look like it's networking computer-wise, and some of it looks like it's networking people-wise. So when I click on this, this one says pro. That means it's not free. I got to pay for that. Here's pro, pro, pro. Ah, there's a free one. Here's a free one. Pro. Let's just go with the free one here. So if I wanted to put an element, I click on elements, and you can see the little round thing with the cloud and the sky, and that's how I got that thing in before. And here's a square. So let's just put the square on there. And I think I got it centered well enough. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger this way. All right, you can see it's orange. If I click on the orange, and let's say I want to make it white. All right, and then I want to go to the text box over here on the left, and I can either pull something up that's already, somebody already imagined here, or I can start from scratch. So I think in this case, it's a pretty long title. So I'm going to type it from scratch. So I'm going to add a headline, and I can click off and then click it here. Now, if I highlight this, I'm then going to maybe make it 18 just for now. Actually, let's do 24. And then we'll see where we're at. So I'm going to highlight all this, and I'm going to type the title of the article. Okay, so I want to squish it in a little bit. I think it's too close to the edge there, too close to the edge there. All right. And then I can actually just kind of pick it up and drag and drop it. So if I wanted to have this as my image for tomorrow, actually there's a lot of white space on the bottom. So I'm going to just tweak this just a tiny little bit. All right. And then I'm going to move the white. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Or maybe I can move the white down a little bit. And then I'm going to move the words down a little bit. And so now it says add a heading here. So Ron Vital, he presented for us last week about Trello. And so he submitted an article, and this will wind up on our blog, and I will do that tomorrow. Or maybe today. I'll prep it for tomorrow. Now I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go back to the other Google Drive, if I can get there. All right, and I'm going to reshare. Share my screen again. So you will see under blogs, okay, you will see his article tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And then I normally write articles on Thursdays and I publish them here. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my articles that I write for this magazine called Vista.today, which is Chester County, Pennsylvania. And then there's Delco.today, which is Delaware County, Pennsylvania. And then there's Montco.today, which is Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. But all three of them post jobs. So, but my articles, you just look up my name and you can see everything that I post here. So my article, Have You Seen Your Spots and Stripes on LinkedIn? That will be on our blog tomorrow. So I let him have an opportunity, you know, to write, to post these articles first. So there's a lot of good stuff on there. He used to have it in lockdown. You had to be a subscriber. Let's see. Also, when you click on that link for the deck, you'll see this particular document, which is our career at events. This is a Google Doc. And this is how to get into all of our different platforms. And then here's all our workshops that are coming up. And here's September events, etc. And then on our website, you've got the events calendar as well as the meetup. So we have over 4,700 members on our meetup. We've been around for over 10 years. So join us. We welcome you to jump in. You can see that I did a little cross-platform marketing for Ken. And here is this particular meetup, which he has. So by what is typed in the image, I'm driving traffic to his meetup, okay? So people have to read what's on the image and you have to read the details in order to follow what it is that we do. You can see there's no Zoom link here. You may have to register, you know, elsewhere. So read the directions because a lot of things that I post are not always hosted by us. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Any last questions?
I just had a quick question. So you're using Google Slides. So how is that in comparison to PowerPoint? Can you do the same thing with PowerPoint or? No,
Yes.
you can.
Yes. So actually, if you were to take this Google slide, and you can see lots of people are in this slide right now. And if I were to go to File, I could either make a copy and create a new deck, or I can go File, Download as a PowerPoint. I like having Google Slides more than I like PowerPoint, because you can see I've got this August, 26 after tomorrow. It's old news. It's a moot point. So I can add on anything else that I decide to put on, and I only have one deck to pull up so I can stay current. Now, maybe these, Andy might update his article for 2021 or whenever LinkedIn makes changes. So, this way I've got the link right here. You can link right to his article, and then you'll see what the most current is. All right. So I kind of make it easy peasy, and all these links here, where was it? Right here. So if I wanted to take you to Unsplash, okay, I just click on that, and you can't really do that in a PowerPoint, right? So it allows me to have live links so that I can share. Like when I share my decks, there's always links in, because I want you to kind of absorb it after the presentation is over with, because there's a lot more to learn. I'm a teacher, by nature, and there's always room to learn and grow. So
Thank you.
anything else?
And this was very, very helpful. A lot of information, really appreciate it a lot. I'm going to let everyone know where the recording is, and I'll share the links as well. Thank you all for coming next week. Same place, same time.
All right, I'm going to put something in. I'm going to share a couple other things here in the deck. And there you go.
All right.
There's
Well,
my
thank you
contact
very much, Lynn.
information.
It was great. Really appreciate it. Very informative.
Good.
And thank you, Ken, for moderating.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's helpful to have a visual.
Lynn, this was really good. My only question would be really more for the general audience, and that is you covered a lot of good material here, graphic arts and using technology for it very well, as you always do. But for people that aren't very, let's say, technologically proficient, how long would you say they would need to spend some time with figuring this out? Because you make it look so easy, and some people are going to sit down and say, well, geez, I'm getting a little flustered. It's not coming so easily for me. And my guess is you probably had, I know Sarah helps you out a lot with some of these things too.
Okay,
And probably taught you a
here's
lot,
my
so.
secret. There's a video that I absolutely love when I can catch it. I'm going to go to Google, and there's this guy by the name of Steve Dotto. Dotto Tech. Every Wednesday, he does a live webinar. Dotto Tech, Tech Made Easy. I love this guy. So he has a podcast, courses, webinars, demos. You can watch his video for free for 48 hours if you don't watch it live. Otherwise, you become a patron, okay? And let me show you. This is Patreon. And this is, I think, what we're going to do with the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Okay. So $3 per month for community, $10 per month for tribe, and you get a whole bunch of goodies. So he had somebody come on that was a speaker on how to do Canva. I did not know how to do Canva. I was having a meltdown. I needed a visual. And when I watched this 20-minute live webinar, I just had aha moments, and now I can turn around and I can teach it to you. The little bit that I know. I am not a graphic designer. So spend $3, find the Canva video, or rewatch the one that Ken's gonna share, and there you have it. That's how you do it. Repetition. You want to be in the NFL, it takes practice. You want to be in the first violin seat, it takes practice. And there
I
you
gotta
have
tell
it.
you, Glenn, I plan on downloading the recording of this because watching her go through it multiple times, I think will help me get the hang of it too.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming, and hope to see you at the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group. Maybe we'll see you at the New Jersey presentation tomorrow at PSG in Morris County. And I have another meeting, so we're gonna have to call this a wrap. So save the chat by pushing on the 3 little buttons down at the bottom right. And thank you very much for having me, Ken.
Thanks a lot for coming. Really appreciate it very much.
All right.
Thanks,
So
Lynn.
now we're gonna see cool graphics on your meetup, Ken.
Know it right after the call.
All right. All right. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Thanks,
where do you
Lynn.
share
Hey,
that link?
Nancy. Nancy and Nancy.
All right.
How you doing, Lynn?
Jumping off here. I gotta find my doggone buttons. Here we go. Stop share and leave. All right. And please send me the link to the video.